Zone Ads, World of Local Business Info.
Hello everyone, welcome to Spotlight by Zone Ads, and this is your host for today, Sharon, and Iwala e-Spotlight Cholo. Today we have amazing person, Dr. Maxwell Tevor. So hi sir, hello.
Hi Sharon.
Hi Sharon. Oh, into baga pilcharu. How about your school days? You know, as you said, you're not a very good student. Even me too. So what was the happiest memory you still remember of your school?
When my teacher didn't come to class.
Teachers sometimes make your students happy, don't go to class. So the name Dr. Maxwell Tevor, am I right?
Yes.
Sounds like a non-Indian foreign name. So people must have obviously felt like, okay, he is a international player, probably not from India. So how did you deal with that? Like, people might have treated like that.
It happened in many countries. We were once in the West Indies. Public started shouting, he's not Indian. Check his passport.
They were like, he's our player, he's our player.
No, they thought that India hired somebody else from another country to write for them to win a medal.
So I think you must be remembering your first ever cycle too, right?
Yes.
So which brand was that?
I don't remember the name of the company, but I remember the color of it was blue and white. It had compressed tires. It was tires without air in it. It was compressed tires. It had white mudguards, black seat. I remember every part of that. It was...
every detail.
Yes, I used to treasure that cycle.
Until now?
No, I think everything in life you should not keep for yourself. There are things that
you need to share the goodness.
Sharing is caring.
So you were always a king of stunts in the starting of your journey, and now you are a fastest rider.
Not really a king of stunts, but yes, we used to do things that no other kid would attempt doing. I think I never had fear in me. Fear is something that will hold you back from achieving your output or your best. I always say this, FEAR, it's false evidence appearing real. Fear is nothing but something that is false, that it makes you believe that it's true. There's nothing in it.
So I think you are an aggressive sportsman in the lane, right?
I think every sportsman should be aggressive. Of course, as soon as we crossed the finish line, I was very good to my opponents, and we were very good competitors. We were very close competitors.
It's a healthy competition.
Yes, so as long as you're on that start line, nobody's your friend. But the moment you finish that line, that person is definitely your friend.
And when you win, how's the feel? When you know the announcement, when it comes, like the winner is, so how do you feel that?
The greatest feeling is when you see your national flag going up, when you hear your national anthem on an international soil. You know, when you're out of India in a major country, and
the respect that they are giving for your victory.
And the feeling, you get a kind of a feeling of joy, a feeling of tears. It's a different kind of a feeling which I think you can never ever purchase, or you can never, it's priceless.
Hello everyone, welcome to Spotlight by Zone Ads, and this is your host for today, Sharon, and Iwala e-Spotlight Cholo. Today we have amazing person, our first special guest, the best cycling champion in the whole world. In my opinion, he is. After listening to this interview, I'm pretty sure you're going to think the same. So watch till the end. So let's meet none other than, our best cycling champion, international cycling champion, Dr. Maxwell Tevor. So hi sir, hello.
Hi Sharon.
Hi Sharon. Oh, into baga pilcharu. And how are you feeling today, sir?
I'm fine as usual. Always I feel fine.
Energetic?
Yes.
So, as you said, we have talked, the routine starts from morning, early morning. Yes. Pretty energetic kuntaru, early morning leste.
Yes.
So, today we want to know everything, every detail about your cycling journey, the victory, the failure, and how did you cope up with it? How did you deal with it? So, but first, let's start from your family background and siblings. Please do tell us about your family.
Yeah, so I grew up in a large middle class family. We were 5 brothers, 1 sister, my mom and dad. We were 8 of us in the family, and we lived in a very small house during that time. And yes, we were a very loving family, and we were very a close knit family. Most of us in the family were very energetic and sports lovers, and we all of us were involved in some kind of a sport or the other.
So your main thing was cycling, and how did the parents? How did they support you in this journey? Most of the time, sports ante, why do you want to go for sports? You can go for MBBS, adidi antaru. But how did your parents support you and the values, the life lessons they taught you?
Yeah, initially the support was not very good, as you rightfully said. They wanted me to focus more on studies, and at that time they thought that sport will hinder the academics, and I was not one of the best students either, so they wanted me to focus more on education rather than sports. But then when I started winning at the state level and at the national level, things changed, and then the encouragement started from the family, and my parents started encouraging me at that point of time. Yes, and things went on from there. I had full family support. My elder brother was an international cyclist, and he had supported me totally in becoming what I was and what I achieved in cycling.
So, oh my God, hearing that, it looks like you are from a family of legacy which continued in sports and until now, as we can see. And really happy that your parents were really supportive. But yes, ala cheskunnar meeru with your talent and all. And how about your school days? As you said, you're not a very good student, even me too. But so how was your school times and your school friends, your teachers? Are you still in touch with them?
Yes, I'm in touch with many of my teachers, my school friends, although most of them are living out of India. We have one or two of them who are living in Tarnaka. I'm in touch with them, yes, and they're very proud of me. And yes, my teachers, not many teachers liked me at that time because they thought I can do nothing in my future. In fact, one teacher used to tell me, "तू तो कुछ काम का नहीं होगा, तू तो रोड पे झाड़ू मारना पड़ेगा."
Oh my God.
Because she thought that I was a backbencher, and the clever students were in the front. And so yes, when I became the national champion, I went to meet her, and she was very impressed, and she was very touched, and she asked me if I remembered this, and I said yes, I do remember it. And she actually apologized to me. She said I misread you and I misjudged you, and you are the best student today. You are doing extremely well, better than all the other children of the class.
I think that must have made you feel very amazing. Endukante it's a high, it's a peak feeling, to be honest. Every student, for every student who is successful as you are, with the hard work, obviously. And so what was your answer then?
I was very touched, and I also apologized. I said, I'm very sorry for all the things I done in school, and we do so many things that we realize later. And it was a very nice meeting with her, and she was very impressed that I came to meet her. My classmates, classmates at that time, we were very close in class, and most of my friends that I have today, they are all my childhood friends. I have friends that I grew up with, and we are still in touch. I have many friends who I grew up with, and we are very close even today. Even in cycling, from the 80s, we have friends, and they are all very close with me from all parts of India. So I think that is a very good sign where you treat people. I think every human being should treat another human being well, and that is life. It's not what you own or what you have or how much you earn. It is the friends you have and the way you treat people that really matters in your life.
Make notes, guys. Be kind. And the good you do will return back to you. So it's like this too?
Exactly. It's what you sow, you reap. I always say this, if you plant a mango seed, you will get a mango tree. If you plant an apple seed, you will get an apple seed. You can't plant a mango seed and expect to get an apple tree. So what you do to others will come back to you.
10 on 10.
So you call it karma. There are different names you give it, but it's true. What you sow is what you reap. What you do to others will come back to you. So
That is so true. And what was talking about your school days? Everyone will be having their favorite day of the school, or the memory you still remember. So, what was the happiest memory you still remember of your school?
when my teacher didn't come to class.
How can that? Okay, so was it Max or?
So when the teacher didn't come to class, we had a free period and we could do what we want. And so we would do all the mischief and we would laugh and joke. And so that was the best time in school. So we would pray for our teachers not to come to school.
Teachers sometimes make your students happy. Don't go to class. No, I mean, but that was the most funniest and happiest moment you still remember, that you did most notorious. You got caught by the principal, so they were like they called parents and all. But that time you must be scared and all. Right now you laugh of it, but what do you think?
There were many things that we done. I mean, I remember many things. Certain things I would not even like to talk about today because I wouldn't want my children to repeat and do those things. So that is not what I want to teach them. Yes, in school we had very good memories. Actually, I studied at a very, very nice school. The name of the school was St. Jude's School. The school actually belonged to my father's sister, my aunt. And she owned the school. So she was very supportive to me in sport, and they were very proud of me for what I achieved in sport. So they gave me a lot of liberty to come and do my exams, because I would go for nationals and sometimes I would be off for long periods of time. And they were very supportive, and I think that played a big role in my sports career. Because of their support, I think I could achieve what I achieved in life. So I still remember my school, and I'm very thankful to my school, and I very proudly say that St. Jude's School, of course the school shut down, it's no more, but it was a very good school in those days, and we have a lot of memories of the school and the good things. The school was in Tarnaka itself. The building is also demolished now. So yes, I was really blessed to have a very good school and very supportive principal and teachers. Of course, they didn't like when I done naughty things, but at the end of the day, they really appreciated what I achieved in life.
The building is no more, but I think it's still the same in your brain. Like, you still have that picture in your brain of the school, everything, right?
I can remember every bench in the class. I can remember the entrance. I can remember the toilets. I can remember it's a blueprint in my mind.
Everyone, every single person in the school.
I still remember who sat in which bench. I can name the first bench to the last bench.
Oh my God.
Who used to sit in the benches. And since you reminded me about my classmates, I think I must invite one or two of them to come to our academy and give our children a talk. So I think yes, I'll definitely do that and let them come and
it would be pretty inspiring, to be honest, if they come and all. So I give you a good idea.
Yes, thank you.
And okay, so the name Dr. Maxwell Tevor, am I right?
Yes.
So it sounds like a non-Indian foreign name. So people must have obviously felt like, okay, he's a international player, probably not from India. So how did you deal with that? Like, people might have treated like that.
So yeah, it happened in many countries. We were once in the West Indies. We were in Trinidad and Tobago. There was an international event there, and I was on the start line, and the public started shouting, "He's not Indian. Check his passport." So
they were like, "He's our player. He's our player."
No, they thought that India hired somebody else from another country to ride for them to win a medal. So they actually checked my passport, and then they asked for an explanation, like why do I look like the way I look, and then I had to explain to them. Of course, it was a very cordial interview, a kind of interview that they took of mine. And once they seen the passport and once they got to know that I am Indian, they were very cool about it. Asking about the name, yes. Actually, I think 4 generations of mine, 3 or 4 generations were born in India. But somewhere down the line before that, they were not from India. So I don't even know actually where they came from.
Which country?
So,
Okay.
maybe US, maybe Britain,
UK,
maybe
Britain.
Australia.
Yes, yes.
So I really don't know which part of the world, but the last 3 or 4 generations of my parents were born here. Their parents were born here.
So that's how the Dr. Maxwell Tevor, the name came.
Yeah, that's the name that I was given by the family, and there's a lot of names like this in India still today. Of course, they are Indians, but they prefer to. It's just a name, so.
For example, even my name, Sharon, people
Yeah,
will be
exactly.
thinking like that.
So it doesn't sound Indian, but
Yes,
you are Indian.
yes, yes. And in your name, okay, as we're talking about the name Dr. Maxwell Tevor, how did this doctor come?
So it was a degree. It was a PhD degree that was because of my contribution in sport and my contribution to the underprivileged children and what we are doing. Because of this, there was a university in South America that wanted to honor me with this doctor's degree, and of course I had to go through a lot of kind of courses, and I had to do like write a few papers and things like that. But ultimately, yes, it was a honorary degree that was given to me, a PhD degree, and it was a big ceremony that they had, and the ceremony was in Goa. So I actually got my doctorates in Goa. It was in all the papers during that time, and yeah, it was most of the papers carried this article with the photograph and things like that.
And one of the memorable day in your life, you can say one of the good memory.
No, I think I had better memories. I think
have better memories.
The sports, in sports, you have a lot of good memories. You meet a lot of good people.
They are unlimited.
Yes, it's a process. You always keep meeting better people, good people. It's a kind of a cycle where sometimes people you knew just move away from you. New people are added. But at the end of the day, if you notice, most of the people, at least I believe that most of the people I met, they are excellent people.
Amazing.
They're wonderful people, yeah. It's a privilege to me. Most people say that they appreciate what I'm doing, but I think that it's a two-way thing. Most of the people, 99% of the people I meet, they are wonderful people. They're just out of this world, and they are so helpful, they are so kind-hearted, they are ever ready to do things for society, and they are just wonderful people. That's it.
That is actually sweet, and
Yeah.
it looks like Dr. Maxwell Tevor Garu, he loves people a lot. He's a people's person.
You must remember one thing. As I told you, it's how you treat people will treat you.
Yes.
I always tell my students also, every human being has good and bad in them. If you only focus on the bad, nobody is good in this world. Everyone is bad. But if you focus on the good, everyone is good in the world. So
That's the
we
point
have
to
a
be
choice. Focus on what is good in a person and just leave aside what is bad in a person. If you are totally good, then you are God.
And I think that's how a person would lose his grudges and the revenge kind of feeling. I think that's how he'll lose all those things, right?
Exactly. And then what happens when you tend to focus on I wouldn't say bad things, the negative things I would say in a person. You have positive and negative things. So when you focus on the negative things in an individual, what happens is you tend to start complaining about the person, you tend to start talking about that person in a negative manner, which is not good. You never talk negatively about another person. You have a problem, you can sort it out, you can talk to him, and that is what makes life beautiful, when you treat people the way you would like to be treated.
That is really a beautiful line, and it made me think for a second, like, wow, yes, right, that's how we can avoid conflicts. And also coming to this thing, what I've noticed until now, sir, you have a very good picture memory, right? The photography memory, as you say. So I think you must be remembering your first ever cycle too, right?
Yes,
So
right.
which brand was that? Oh, I can see a smile when
Yeah.
I said the first cycle.
Yes.
So what brand was it? What was the memory? First ever cycle?
The first cycle, actually I don't remember, because it was a tricycle. It was a three-wheel one. I was
Okay.
probably 3 or 4 years, so I don't really remember that.
Okay.
My parents used to tell me about that, but I don't really have a memory of that. But I was around 5 years when I got a two wheels, a bicycle. That I remember very clearly. I don't remember the name of the company, but I remember the color of it was blue and white. It had compressed tires. It was tires without air in it. It was compressed tires. It had white mud guards, black seat. I remember every part of that. It was
every detail.
Yes, I remember, and I kept that cycle for many years. Even though I grew out of it, but I used to treasure that cycle.
Until now?
No, somewhere down the line, I gave it to another kid. I lost track of it. But yes, I have great memories of that first cycle. Although it was my first bicycle. So
Okay, first
I
bicycle.
think I have pictures, but I don't know where those pictures are of that bicycle.
We would
as
love
well.
to see that pictures. We would love to, because if it's special for you, like I can see the smile on your face while you are like explaining each and every detail of the cycle.
It is on that cycle that I learnt how to ride a cycle actually. So
that would be the best thing for you.
Yeah.
And as you have told, you have given that cycle to a kid. So why would you do that? I mean, unless it's a person who do you think he can do something best in the life, you will not give if you didn't think of that. So, but you gave your favorite and first ever cycle to that kid. So would you like to tell me about it?
I think everything in life you should not keep for yourself. There are things that
you need to share the goodness.
Sharing is caring. And what would you do? I mean, what would I do with a cycle like that when I don't need it anymore? Somebody who needs it, you can give it to them. And till today, I think we don't really, we believe more, there's more joy in giving than receiving.
That is correct. And I think I can also learn the art of letting go from you.
Yes. You have to, I can give you one example. There's always fresh water in a river because it's always flowing. But if you take the Dead Sea, there's absolutely no life in the Dead Sea because it's stagnated water. There's inflow, but there's no outflow. So everything gets accumulated and stagnated, and there's not even a single fish that can live in that water.
That is the best ever example you can ever give.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use this in front of my friends. And oh my God, that's the art of letting go. And I think this is the best line, best example I've heard. And also, talking about these memories and all, are you still in touch with that kid you gave cycle to?
No, I don't even remember.
You lost track of it.
He's no more a kid. He must be little younger than me.
Yes, he is still a kid for you though.
But I don't even remember which part of the world he is in.
But I think he would have a big smile on your face if you saw your cycle again.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely I
like
would.
Did you have a nickname for your cycle?
Not a kind of a crave, but yes, I loved the cycles I used, and I tend to. It's a machine that actually helped me become a champion. So you have to respect that machine. That is part of your champion. You cannot become a champion without your machine.
That is true.
So you have to treat it like how you treat your own body. How you take care of your nutrition and your recovery. You also take care of that machine because that machine is a part of your champion, your success.
That machine helped you start your cycling journey.
Yes.
And talking about cycling journey, in the lane, right? Were you a fastest rider or were you a king of stunts?
We enjoyed stunts more than speed. So we used to do a lot of stunts. We used to come down the steps. And
so if anyone asked you stunts or speed, you'll be like...
Now speed, yes. But at that time I didn't know what speed was because I just about started riding a cycle and I thought stunts were something great until I actually got the speed.
To impress people too, right?
And then I realized that speed is better than stunts.
Okay. So you were always a king of stunts in the starting of your journey, and now you are a fastest rider.
Not really a king of stunts, but yes, we used to do things that no other kid would attempt doing. We were very daring. I think I never had fear in me. I always say this, fear is something that will hold you back from achieving your output or your best.
So like Nike says, I think just do it.
Just do it. I also, FEAR. I always say this, it's false evidence appearing real. FEAR.
Oh, okay.
So, false evidence appearing real. Fear is nothing but something that is false, that it makes you believe that it's true. There's nothing in it.
So, it's just your thinking, your way of
your
thinking that it is there.
You get afraid of the dark. You get afraid. There are people who get afraid of various things. There's nothing there to get afraid about. It's your own, it's the fear that is in you that is making that seem something is there.
So this happens to if you think like, okay, there is something over there, and it will scare you, obviously.
Yes.
And if you be like, no, I can just do it. It's
Yes.
like I can do this. The confidence. How do you build that confidence, though?
It has to come from the mind. You have to be positive. I always say this. You have to be a very positive person. You know, your thought and your destiny are linked.
How do you get over this starting problem? Don't you feel nervous before any tournament or in your starting of the cycling? You must be nervous, right? Starting of the tournament.
Yes, it's not nervousness, but it's a kind of a feeling that you want to win. It's more like an aggressive feeling that I want to win. It's not something that is scary or nervous. I just want to go out there and do my best. That kind
I'm
of a
the
thing.
best, and I need to show that I'm the best.
Yes, I was always, I could never be satisfied with a second position.
So I think you are an aggressive sportsman in the lane, right?
I think every sportsman should be aggressive. Of course, as soon as we crossed the finish line, I was very, very good to my opponents, and we were very good competitors. We were very close competitors.
It's a healthy competition.
Yes. So as long as you're on that start line, nobody's your friend. But the moment you finish that line, that person is definitely your friend.
So I see how you are smartly balancing both the kindness and also on the track. When you're on the track, it's like, okay, the confidence, that very aggressiveness that I should win and I am going to win, like that.
Yes, that's I call it the killer instinct. When you're there, you go for the kill. I don't mean the literal kill, but kill the event. Go
Understand
for it.
the meaning, guys.
Yeah. So go for the best. Every human being, we are not here on this planet just for nothing. We are here with a purpose. If you're born on this planet, you have a potential in you. The potential in you is to be successful. Every single human being is born with a potential to be successful.
And when you win, how's the feel? When you know the announcement, when it comes, like the winner is, so how do you feel that?
The greatest feeling is when you see your national flag going up, when you hear your national anthem on an international soil. When you're out of India in a major country, and
the respect that they are giving for your
and the
victory.
feeling, you get a kind of a feeling of joy, a feeling of tears. It's a different kind of a feeling which I think you can never ever purchase, or you can never. It's priceless.
The goosebumps, the happy
Yeah,
tears,
and,
the heart beating fast, and you have that feeling.
And it is all the when you look back and for all the sacrifices you made. Those sacrifices were nothing compared to the victory.
It's worth it. So you feel like it's worth it.
It's well worth it. So when you achieve that feeling on an international arena, sacrifices seem very, very small to the feeling you get on the international stage.
That is so sweet and amazing to hear. And also, let's get back to the childhood memories again. And were you you must have done many mischievous things, as we have heard. And what was the funniest incident with the cycle? What was the funniest and mischievous thing with the cycle?
Yeah, so this is not when I was very, very young. My brother and I actually took 2 Indian cycles and we joined them together to make a tandem cycle.
A tandem cycle?
Tandem cycle is 2 cycles together. It's like a double cycle.
Okay.
So you 2 seats, 2 handlebars, 2 pedals, and 2 wheels. So we joined 2 frames together and made 1 cycle. And we were actually coming back home from Secunderabad. Both of us were riding, and it was a bit dark, and the police were checking. So they were checking your bags and things like that, normal routine check. And they stopped us, and my brother was in the front. They seen him. And they didn't realize it was a double cycle. So when he came at the side, he seen that this is something strange, and he seen another person. I don't know what he thought, it was a ghost or what, but he almost fell to the ground with fear.
It's what am I seeing? Am I conscious?
So we laughed and we got a kind of a rap from him because of that. because he got very offended that we were laughing. But the laugh was because
Are you
his
trying to fool
reaction.
me? Are you trying to fool me? Okay.
But then we explained to him and told him, and then he said, "No, no, you are not supposed to write like this." So that was a very funny memory that still plays in my mind. Like this, there were many funny memories that we had in camps, and trying to frighten somebody or trying to. So many memories are there. As I told you, I would prefer not to talk about certain memories.
To not give inspiration to do so. And I think there is a question, but I don't think I should ask you this. Ask me why.
Why?
Because the question is, were you, in childhood, were you an introvert or an extrovert as a kid?
I was an introvert, yes. When
Seriously,
I was a kid.
that's a shock,
Yes.
because I expected extrovert.
No, I was an introvert, but I very soon came out of that as soon as I got into sport.
Okay, this is a main thing everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
The thing is how to become an extrovert, how to have that confidence to speak in public.
I actually
From
had the
being an
fear of
introvert.
talking in public. Yes, I had the fear of talking on a mic. I had the fear of talking to the press. I had the fear of making a mistake.
Okay.
But then, as I told you, I kind of learned the art of overcoming fear. And once I started winning and once I started getting to the national level, that became just a thing of the past. And I think I overcame that. And there are many things that in your life that will come and you need to overcome it. That's what sport teaches you. Sport teaches you how to, when you fall, how to get back onto your feet.
That's what you call sportive, right?
Yes.
So it comes from sport.
Yes.
And that's what sport has taught you, a life skill, not only a physical fitness, and it also helped you gain mental health and learn life skills. Would you say yes to that?
Exactly, absolutely. In fact, it not only teaches you life skills, it teaches you a lot more in life. It teaches you discipline, it teaches you compassion, it teaches you, like what you said earlier, it teaches you not to hold on to things because you want, if you have, let's say you have two jerseys, cycling jerseys, you would love to give it to somebody because you get that kind of a coach's feeling in you. You want to train somebody, you want to do something for somebody. I think every sportsman develops this because they want to pass it on to somebody else. If you see, why do people become coaches? Why do people become mentors? Because they want to pass their skills on to the next generation. They want the next generation to do as well as them or even better than them. So I think that's a quality that comes from sport.
To be honest, I had this thing in my mind, it has always been in my mind, as we have seen many movies about sports and all, where the main character becomes the coach, right? These things keep happening. I feel like, why? Because he is the best player, right? The best player on the track or in the field, the best one. Why would he want to become a coach? But then I thought, I think I should hear this from you.
Yeah.
When as we came to this topic, so I was like,
It's a very good question. So it's a very simple answer even. Today, if I want to become a national champion, it's not possible. I cannot do it. So if I don't teach somebody, my student, to become a national champion, I would lose out on that feeling. When my student wins, it gives me a feeling like I won. And I cannot do that now. At this age, I cannot become the national champion. But I can do something. I can make one of my students become the national champion. And that feeling gives you the feeling that you won yourself.
okay, so in this way you can win many times.
Yes.
And endlessly.
Endlessly. And when your student wins at any level, let it be district level, state level, it gives you a different feeling. The feeling I get is priceless. When my students get selected to go for a national camp, when they win a medal at the state level, when they win a medal even at a very small race, the feeling that you get is very, very different and out of this world. It's a feeling that you cannot buy. It's a feeling that is priceless. And I would do anything for my students to be much better. I want my students not only to beat my records, but I want them to be much better than what I was. And that is how I can feel good about it. You should understand one thing. Nobody of us own anything on this planet. We are caretakers. This house may be on my name.
Came with nothing, will go with
This house might be on my name, the documents might say it belongs to me, but I'm just a caretaker. And if you cannot share what you have, then I think it's not worth living. As I told you, there's more joy in giving than receiving. There's a joy when you give. I don't know how many people experience that, but you can try it. Sometimes when you feel somebody is in need of something, and you just give them something, maybe a very small thing.
So you must be having this quality from your childhood.
My father was like that. My father was a very, very big-hearted, generous person. He was a perfect gentleman, and I've learnt a lot of qualities from him.
And from my point of view, I can say they are the best parents. The parenting that they have done is the best.
Every parent is good. There's no good parents and bad parents. Every parent wants the best for their child. Every parent wants their child to succeed in life. So,
and also, I mean, supporting the child's career, I mean, the passion, whatever they want to go, if it's music or sports, and supporting it, they might be hearing it from others, like, okay, my son is doctor, he's doing MBBS, and she's doing engineering, but even though your child is going into sports, supporting it proudly, it takes a lot of, what does it take? A lot.
It's a big sacrifice. If you see the parents that bring the children, there are parents who come from far off distances. They come from Gachipoli, they come from Kondapur, they come from various places. Every morning they are there by 5:30, which means it takes them about an hour to come. So it's not only a sacrifice that the athlete makes, but it's the sacrifice that the parents themselves make. So I always say this, when a child wins, all the credit shouldn't go to the coach. I always say this, 50% of that credit, okay, I can take, but the other 50% of that credit has to go to the parents.
So I think parents, hats off to you.
Yep, not only parents, see, it's
Parents,
a whole teamwork.
coach,
Now, if you take our academy, our association, there's nothing I can do alone. I have such a wonderful team. As I earlier told you, we have, like I mentioned about Sai also being in the coaching part. We have Dawal, we have, my wife Lorraine. We have so many other people who are helping out there, and it's not right for me alone to take the credit, because there's a team working there. I may be just the head of this organization, or I might be just a guide, but I cannot take all the credit. It's a teamwork.
Oh my God, I think we have a lot of things to learn from you, mostly Gen Z. Because right now, as you said, the aggressiveness, right?
Yeah.
The aggressiveness which needs to be in the field, on the track, we have it everywhere. So that's the flaw in us, and I'll be honest about it. In every places I can see the Gen Z is like pretty aggressive and all. What would you like to tell to that, so that we can overcome and be better?
All I can say, anger is a very valuable thing. Do not lose it.
So just show it where it's needed.
Yes, you need aggression. You definitely need, but it should be channeled in the right place for the right source. You try doing something when you're in a fit of anger, you will always do the wrong thing and regret it later. I always say, when you get angry, count till 100, count slowly. By the time you finish counting till 100, your anger reduces. Then answer. Because if you answer immediately, you will answer the wrong thing.
I mean, don't take decisions when your mind is not
Don't
still.
ever take a decision when you're angry. Only a cool mind can give you the right decision.
So it's like not only anger, or don't make a decision when you're sad or mixed emotions, confused.
Yes, you have to you should be capable of controlling your own emotions. You should not allow somebody else to control your. Let's say you say something about me, or somebody says something about me, or I say something about you. If that is going to affect you, you are giving the remote control to somebody else to control your emotions. If somebody says something about me, that's fine, that's their opinion. They have a right to it. But that shouldn't affect me.
Everything is coming under the art of letting go again and again.
This is the joy of living. I think there's a lot of joy in living. If you live with a very basic, I think every human being has this quality. It's just that it comes out in some, it doesn't come out in some. We allow anger to come. Anger doesn't come by itself, we are allowed to come out.
So where did you learn this anger management? From your childhood?
No, I didn't learn it in childhood. I done a lot of mistakes. I got angry. I paid a price. I regretted so many things. There are incidents where I got angry and I regretted it. I went back the next day and apologized to that person. There were many incidents like this, and I think over a period of time you learn how to control yourself, how not to let your anger out just like that. It comes with experience. It comes with a strong mind.
I think control on ourselves is the best thing that we can do.
You are supposed to control yourself. Nobody else can control you.
Yes,
You are
like
supposed to control.
don't give your remote control to someone else. So it's like that. And as we are talking about emotions, right? We just talked about anger. Let's talk about happiness now.
Yeah.
So, talking about, I mean, in your childhood, talking about toys, chocolates, and cycle, what made you the most happiest?
There was not one particular thing. I would want the chocolate. Once I get 2 chocolates, then I wanted something else. I think most of the kids are like that. You want everything when you're
You
a
want
kid.
everything.
You want everything around you. You want the chocolates. You want the toys. You want the cycle. You want everything. So there were phases. Like sometimes I wanted the chocolates. Sometimes I wanted the toys. Sometimes I wanted all of them. So
There's nothing like particular which made you happiest.
no, not really. There was nothing like that. But yes, we loved. I loved playing with toys. I was just a normal kid, like any other kid.
But a notorious one. Would you say yes to that?
I wouldn't say notorious, but I would say mischief. There was a lot of mischief that we did.
Oh my
We
God.
climbed trees. Just for the account, we would climb trees. We would play. It was a game. I don't know if the kids play it now. We used to call it like, Jad ka bandar, monkey on the tree.
Oh, what is it called in Telugu?
I don't know. This was a kind of a game that I think we just, like Chor Police, but
Okay.
you don't touch the ground.
Oh.
Chor Police on the tree.
Okay.
So we would, jump from one branch to another branch. And
Like monkeys.
Exactly. That we used to call it also, like a monkey game.
Monkey game. Oh my God.
Sometimes we would fall from there. These things, I don't see kids doing it now, and I wouldn't want them to do it. We were up there without a helmet. Today I'm so particular, teaching our kids how to wear a helmet. So I learned it the hard way. If I'm asking my kids today to wear a helmet, it is because I've been through that journey. I've had injuries, I've injured myself, doing the wrong things. So it's not always that I done the right thing. I done wrong things and I learned from it. And I don't want somebody else to do that. I don't want somebody else to make the mistakes I made.
So rule number 1, always listen to your coach.
Listen to your parents as well. Your parents will
I mean, in the game,
listen
in the
to
track.
elders. I'll tell you something. If an elder tells you something, there is a meaning in it. He has nothing. If somebody even is 2 years older than you, they are telling you with a reason behind it. They are telling you for your good. They are telling you that to see you succeed in life. So I think the bottom line of everything is respect other people, especially if they are older than you. They've seen more life than you. Respect them.
Then I think they would also love to guide you and help you out whenever you are in trouble. That's right.
It's a natural kind of a thing that a human being has to guide somebody who takes advice. If somebody comes and asks you for advice, you will never give him the wrong advice.
So
I'm
the
very sure.
natural instinct just comes.
It's a natural instinct every human being has. Of course, if somebody gets rough with him and doesn't respect him, maybe he'll give the wrong advice then. But,
Okay.
But if somebody comes to you genuinely for advice, I am very sure 99% no human being will give wrong advice.
But did you ever do that? We just talked like giving a wrong
No,
advice
I-
if they were aggressive with you.
No, I would never. In fact, I am very cool. If somebody is aggressive, my other coaches and my other teammates, sometimes they get angry because I don't react.
Why are you not getting angry like that?
There was one incident where one parent spoke very rudely. Everybody around me were getting very angry, but I was cool. I said, okay, I'll talk to you after a few days. And I just walked off from there. 2 days later, he came and apologized. I didn't react.
So I think the behavior you showed.
When a person gets aggressive with you, he wants you to react. He wants you to react. So if you react, he is successful.
he wins.
He wins.
So if
When
you
you don't react, he loses.
He will feel like, where did I do mistake?
So he'll try again, and then ultimately when you don't react,
Give
he
up.
gives up. He says the wrong person, and then he realizes, and he'll come back and apologize.
Oh my god. So I think everyone should learn how to react to an anger as well.
You don't react. That's the thing. You don't react to anger.
That's the best answer
Yeah.
actually. It's like, okay,
Because-
how to react to anger? Don't react.
Don't react.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. And let's talk about the journey. Why did you wanted to get into cycling? Why cycling?
It was never a choice. The first choice, my first choice in sport was boxing. And boxing, I used to go for boxing training. And both maar khaya. I got a lot of sparring and I got a lot of beating.
Ouch.
Maybe a year I done it. Then, as I told you, my elder brother was an international cyclist, and he actually motivated me to get into sport. But there were local races we had in our colony. This is the same colony I grew up in. So every 15th August and 26th Jan, we would have local sports meet. In the sports meet, there was one cycle race as well. So I would win those cycle races, and then my coach Mumtaz Ahmed, he spotted me in those races. He is the one who actually guided me and showed me the right path, and he taught me a lot. He taught me, what I am passing on to the younger generation. There's a lot that I learned from him. I'm just passing it on to the younger generation.
So that's the thing. So that's how you got noticed in a colony race.
Yes.
And how did he come and reach you out? Was he like, did he talk to your parents, or like he just came and talked to you like,
Immediately
we
after
need
the race,
someone like you in this industry?
he knew my brother, so he told my brother, and he came to see this race because he was a coach always looking for talent. So if there was a race somewhere, he would be there just to identify talent. And when he seen me ride, I was a much younger rider, riding in a bigger age group. And he told me that, the first thing he told me that, मैं तेरे को national champion बनाता हूँ. So I started laughing because it was like a joke to me.
Really?
From nowhere to he's somebody telling you, I'll make you a national champion. So I thought it was a joke. So I laughed. So he said, don't laugh. Hasmat, he said, मैं तेरे को बनाता हूँ, but you have to listen to me. And then he came home, he spoke to my parents. And the journey started from there, the tough journey. His coaching, it was really hard. He used to push us to the limit. There were times that he used to come on his bike. He had a Yazdi at that time. We used to ride beside his bike on the road for training. And there were times that I would tell him, we used to call him Ustad. So I would tell him, Ustad, my marru. Ustad, I'm dying. So he used to tell me, cross the finish line and then die. Training ke baad mein mar ja.
Wow, but finish it.
Finish
what you started.
Die after you finish.
Oh my god. But how was your relationship with your coach?
He was a very kind man. He's still there. He lives in the US. He was a very, very good person. He is a very good person. And he never showed partiality. I learned this quality from him. Never show differences between children. Never show partiality. No matter what. Never look at, which background they come from. Never look at anything, either religion, caste, creed, background. Treat everyone alike.
So in sports, everyone are?
You are a sportsman. You are not a Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim, or Sikh. You are a sportsman.
That's it.
That's it.
And it's just your talent and you over there as a human being.
Yes, you're a sportsman. You're a human being. Human beings come first. All these things, yes, it's a personal choice, but never show differences. That's what he taught me. That is what we implement. And today also, I think the message has gone to everyone, and every member of our association, they are like that. They never show differences. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of my team, the way they work, the dedication they work with, and they do it all free of cost. Nobody charges anything.
That is impressive actually. The organization which never discriminates anyone.
Never. I mean, that is the prime importance that we look at. Never discriminate.
The only thing you see is talent, and I'm pretty sure that's how your coach has got his eyes on you. The thing is, I think he must have seen your aggression on the lane. What do you think of it?
Yes, he did. He did see it. There was a time that actually I was on the start line and it was a race, and we strap our feet to the pedal. In cycling, it's called cleats, where you cannot get your foot out immediately. So it was an individual event, and at the start, my leg actually came out of the pedal, and my brother was in that race. So my brother got a third place because I did not win a medal. If not, he would have come fourth. And my coach came and told me, I was very upset. So he told me, you know, अरे ठीक है रे छोड़ दे. We used to communicate in Hindi mostly. So he said, छोड़ दे रे, तेरा भाई थर्ड आया. So I told him, I said, उस्ताद लाइन पे मेरा बाप को भी नहीं मानता मैं. I said, on the line, even my father will not leave. And he liked that. He liked that aggression. He used this example to many people. He said, you know, see, this is the kind of aggression.
What was the most powerful line your coach has ever said to you?
As I told you, marra to line cross karke mar. Die, but die after winning.
Just finish what you have started.
Finish it.
And then die.
Finish it in style.
Oh, that's what he have taught you. Oh my God. And also, as you have grown up, you know, you grew up in a very sports friendly lane, you can say. So how did that inspire you, and who inspired you the most in this cycling industry?
As I told you, my brother and my coach. My brother was in it, and my coach Mumtaz Ahmad. He was a very good motivational coach, where he seen the qualities in you more than what you seen in yourself.
So he reads you completely.
He could actually predict where I'm going to win, when I'm going to win, and all he wanted from me was I had to listen to him. And there were times that it was very difficult to listen to him, because he would make us do certain things and he would prevent us from doing certain things. You know, there were many times that we just wanted to go for a movie or something, and he would say, "No, you're not going. You go and sleep."
It's like pushing your limits.
And I used to think everybody's going for the movie and I'm sleeping. So, but then I think those are the things that actually paid off. Those are the things that made me the champion.
There he was focusing on your health, your sleep schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The nutrition, as I told you, it's a 3-part program: training, nutrition and recovery. So it's a 3-in-1 pack. You can't afford to lose out on anything. You have to do all.
I really feel amazing to listen about your coach. Actually, I really wish I could see him. I'll obviously search him up on Google. And also one more thing is, just like your coach have seen that aggression in you, that you are going to become one of the best top sportsmen. Did you see? I mean, now you came in the coach line, right? So now you are in his shoes. So how do you feel? Did you see the same aggression in someone? Or if you did, how do you feel?
Sadly not. I haven't seen the kind of aggression I had in any of my trainees. They tend to give up. I'm trying to motivate them. I'm trying to do my best. But this kind of a killer instinct, what I call killer instinct, that I don't really find in many. So,
but you are really hoping.
I'm hoping it
you
would
will
come.
see. Do you think you will see?
If I don't see, then I'm not doing a proper job, because I'm supposed to motivate them to get that out of them, to see that aggression in them. So,
And I'm really hoping you will someday.
I'm sure I will. There's no doubt about that. I'm just sure I will. There are various aspects where, you know, that doesn't come out of a child. Sometimes the pressure of studies, the pressure of school, the pressure of college, and sometimes the pressure of parents also. Sometimes parents want their child to win, like, you know, sport is a long-term training program. Nothing happens overnight.
And even the commitment you have to give it is...
It takes a minimum of 2 to 3 years to actually see that talent come out of a person. So parents sometimes want to see it within 6 months, within 3 months. They want microwave results, which doesn't really work
like
that
quick
way.
5 minutes.
Yes. So that is, I think the pressure builds up on a child. Various peer pressures and these pressure, homework pressure, school pressure. And that is the reason why I feel that they cannot get that aggression and the best out of them. I thankfully didn't have this because I had a very supportive school. I never done homework. They wouldn't give me homework. They would say win a medal and come. So it was a very different environment and I hope that they have schools like that today. Talking about schools, we have a few. Bindya's school was one where they really encouraged her. Like we have another girl, Sasra, her school also, a lot of encouragement. Her principal comes to see her ride sometimes. So this is the kind of encouragement that schools need to give, and the wealth of sport is in schools. It is a gold mine. The gold mine of talents are in schools. It is from these schools that you get Olympic champions.
So a supportive environment is really important and necessary for the player in order to win and get that aggression on the track and also confidence. So
absolutely. The thing is, you are not only physically overloading your body, but mentally also you have to prepare yourself. You know, a sportsman, 50% of his winning is in his mental ability. It's what you think you are. If you think you've lost a race, you've lost it on the start line, even before you start the race. So positive thinking, positive thoughts, this aggression, positive aggression, what I call, all these are a must in sport.
nowadays we are talking about, I mean, when you have said about talking positively.
Yeah.
So nowadays we also call it as manifestation.
Yes.
So do you think manifestation is real?
How do you manifest things? It's through your thoughts.
Yes.
I'll give you this example. I use these very often. You know, your thoughts will influence your words. You first think, then you speak. Your words will influence your action. What you speak, you tend to do. Your actions will influence your character. Your character will influence your attitude. Your attitude will determine your altitude in life.
The chain.
That's the chain from a thought to your altitude to your attitude. I've seen great sportsmen with a bad attitude who never made it in life. They were great sportsmen, but they had a bad attitude. Nobody wants to hang around a person with a bad attitude. If I have a bad attitude, nobody wants to hang around me. If somebody has a people will avoid him.
So it builds up a negative aura around you.
It starts from the thought. If you think you're somebody great, then you try to act like you're somebody great.
So what if you're not? What if, I'm not really a great person, but if I think like, okay, I will.
Yes.
So
you're supposed to think, but at the same time, you're not supposed to treat other people lower than you. If you're good, if you're a champion, that's no big deal. It's just that you're a champion and the other person is not a champion.
Be kind.
So there's no big difference between you and another person. You don't need to look at someday maybe that person would, in my days, there were other athletes who never won a national medal, but they were so helpful to me. They would carry my cycle, they would carry my pump, they would fill in my tires. I'm still in touch with them. It's 45, 50 years. We are still in touch with one another. So this is a very good example that your attitude will determine your altitude. You can be the greatest person. If you don't have a good attitude, nobody will want to hang around with you.
That is a good one again to remember. And also talking about the people who inspired you, right? Like I just heard about the relationship between you and the coach. And could you also tell us the relationship, how it was in between you and your brother? Because you also said he inspired you, right?
We were more like friends, but I would listen to him. He was my elder brother, so I was a bit scared of him as well because he was a kind of a strict person. So he was just as strict as my coach.
So after father, he was...
And he was all the time around me. When I went for nationals, he was, for 1 or 2 years, he was a rider with me. Then he became an official, but not for long. 3 or 4 years later, he gave up the sport and I continued and went on. So yes, he was a great guide, a mentor, and he taught me what is right and what is wrong. And I was just blessed to have good people around me all the time, and I still have today.
And you are very grateful for it.
Yes, I'm grateful. Undoubtedly, I'm grateful.
And also, since childhood, what is that one good and the best habit that shaped you into a champion?
I think discipline. Discipline in waking up, discipline in sleeping. I am very disciplined. No matter what time I sleep, I will wake up early. I will sleep early unless I have something that I cannot sleep unless I'm returning back in a flight that is late. Things like that I can't avoid. But other than that, I am a man to have dinner at 7 o'clock. No matter what, my dinner I have at 7 o'clock, sometimes between 6:30 and 7. 8:39 I'm in bed. This discipline has been with me right from a sportsman till today. And I think this is what has carried me a long way. Even at my age, I don't have any BP problem, no sugar problem, absolutely no issues at all, no cholesterol problem.
Oh my God,
So-
we should follow this.
Yes, because recovery is very important. All the repairs in the body goes on when you are sleeping. So if you deny your body of sleep, you are denying it of the repairs.
So it's not like the discipline is only needed for a player, it's also needed for every human being in their lifestyle.
Yes, it's definitely needed. But unfortunately, jobs and other things, your careers come in between. People who have to stay awake for the night, work nights, they can't help it. So I really feel sorry for those kind of people.
It's pretty tough in this modern times,
Yes.
obviously. And along with this, I want to ask, why and how did you shift from boxing to cycling? Why would you shift?
As I told you, because I got a lot of beating in boxing. I
That's
was
why you were like, no, mujhe maar nahi karna hai. Was it that? Or because you're very a daring person, right?
Yes,
and how
but-
long did you continue the boxing?
1 year. 1 year I was in boxing, and I got a lot of beating in that 1 year. And for some reason, I was just waiting for my parents to get me out of that sport. But sadly, they didn't. And when I joined cycling, they wanted to get me out of cycling.
Oh my God. They must have it's kind of funny if people thought like cycling is more dangerous than boxing.
My parents thought, and in fact, it was true.
How ironical.
Because in boxing, I got a lot of beating, but I never broke a single bone. Oh, I never got stitches. In cycling, I have countless stitches. I have countless number of bones broken. I have 21 fractures in this
Oh my
hand.
God.
This collarbone is broken. This is broken. There are a number of bones broken in my body.
So now it makes sense why your parents wanted you
That's
to
why I
quit
always say
cycling.
when parents tell you something, they mean something. I didn't see it at that time. Later on, I seen it. Of course, no regrets. No, I never regret taking up the sport of cycling. Today, I'm well recognized all over the country, many parts of the world as well. They have a lot of regards for me. And I think, as I told you, it's not because of my performance. I think it's because of the way I treat people. It's very, very upsetting to me when, people are not treated properly.
And also, people are not treated properly in boxing. That's one thing for
And
sure.
that's a sport, yeah. So
Yeah, that's a sport, so I can't say anything. And who inspired you to be in boxing in the first place?
This colony of mine was a colony of sportsmen. They used to have a boxing stadium here in the railway ground, and almost every month or so they would have a competition. It was a very popular sport. People would pay for tickets to go and watch a district level boxing tournament. So it was a kind of a popular game. Almost every family had a sportsman. Most of them were boxers, cyclists, cricketers. So this colony was known for sports, and that is the reason why the colony, for every major event like Independence Day, Republic Day, they would have sports events and various sports. They would have cycling, running, kabaddi, various other games. The colony elders would organize, and I think that is missing in this colony today.
And who was your coach in boxing?
Rajaya is no more. His name is Rajaya. He was a very good coach. He just a few years ago he's passed on, but he was a real good man.
So in this journey, you need someone to support you. Obviously, you have supporters. but someone who cheered you up. So who was your biggest supporter, your cheerleader? Who was that person for you?
In my active sports days or now?
Yes.
In,
That time and now, both.
yeah, in my active sport days, obviously it was my coach. He would stand there shouting, and he had a very loud voice, and he would be cheering. And I also had a lot of fans. During my days, I had a lot of
okay.
fans. Some of my videos and my photographs you will see. Not videos, photographs in those days. I used to sign a lot of autographs. I would take a lot of pictures with people. And I had a big fan following during my time, my active sports days. And
Did you see any crazy fan moments?
yeah, many. I remember it was 1989 Nationals at Patiala, and these girls came up with banners, "Would you marry me?" and big hearts, and so
How
these
did
kind
that
of
make you
things. There were many of them all over, and it was many times this happened. So towards the end, it became a very common thing that, and I would stop and I would go to the railing and talk to them. And so I was very interactive with the fans, and I think that's what they liked.
They would have felt like, oh my god, we are the luckiest people.
So-
we talked to guess what? So
Sometimes I was the chief guest in women's college, and then it was a different feeling, and
the girls would shout like,
Yeah,
guess who came? Guess who came? The star player, the
they would
handsome
ask me
player.
to sign on their books and on their tiffin boxes and all sorts. So it was a good time. It was a different phase in life. Today it's a different phase.
So-
Today the support I get, as I told you, from a great team. My wife is a great support. Both of us are into the sport. It's almost like a full time for us. She wakes up the same time in the morning. Of course, she sleeps late, but then she sleeps in the day. I don't sleep in the day. So as I told you, I think every step of my life, I've met good people, supportive people, and I enjoy their company. It's very difficult for me to travel alone. I would love to my people to accompany me wherever I go, and I enjoy it. We have a lot of fun. When we are off the field of the velodrome, we have a lot of fun.
A lot of memories.
Memories even now, like sometimes it's just a small joke, or we are teasing one another or something like that, but it's still it's a very enjoyable moment.
So it's like whenever you remember it, you still laugh about it.
Yeah, even today we do it. As I said, even today when we go with our team, like tomorrow we are going to Siddipet for a meeting. We enjoy the whole journey. We enjoy every bit of it. I think company is what makes you lively. Company is what it's worth living for. Just imagine a world without a single friend. I cannot imagine that.
Boring. Oh my
Yeah.
god, no way. And also talking about fans. So what would you like to say to your fans even right now? I'm pretty sure they must be remembering you even right now.
Yeah.
So what would you like to say to your fans?
All that they done at that time, it was all, you're young and they wouldn't do those things now.
Now,
obviously.
but they would laugh about it. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
they would
god,
definitely laugh about
I went
it.
crazy for this handsome
Yeah.
young man.
They didn't even know who I was. It's just because of the performance. So yes, I think some of them would regret what they done. Somebody would think it's foolish what they done. But you do certain things when you do it, and then you realize it later.
When you're young, so it just happens like that. And right now, I don't feel they would regret it, because you are such a good sports player. I feel like they would be lucky. They would feel lucky that, oh my god, I met this amazing player on the track, and I still remember how I went crazy for him.
Recently, I met a few people in Chennai, and they showed me photographs of like 40 years back with them.
Nostalgia.
Couldn't even recognize. Things have changed so much, but they still keep those photographs, and many of them showed me those. In fact, some of them sent it to me. So some people do treasure those memories and they keep it. I was surprised because I don't have any of those photographs. People still do keep those photographs.
So that must be a really amazing thing. Like they show you the photograph. Who is this charming young man? Oh, that's me. So you must have felt. You must
No,
have.
I could recognize myself, but I couldn't recognize the other person.
Was like, but yeah, seeing the best pictures of yourself, you don't have it, and you found it finally. So
It's not really best. The beauty of the picture is the person along with you in the picture. So we are still together. We officiate at various events, and so many years have passed, and we have memories of 40, 45 years back. So those are good memories.
and I can see the bright smile, and it's making me smile listening to it. And I really hope all the cyclists right now, they have such kind of good memories growing up. And along with that, we have talked about you doubting that would you ever become a national champion, right? Like there was a time you doubted yourself, like me, a national champion, and laughed
Yeah.
about it. But and you have stepped into it and you became the international champion. So how did that feeling and this feeling, and what would you say about this?
Yeah, so that was the most crucial time in my life because I didn't have confidence in myself and my coach had the confidence. So my issue was, how do I prove to him that I can actually do what he thinks I can do? He always said that you will become the champion. I had a doubt. But once I became the champion, that was just for about 6 months, 8 months. Once I became the national champion, there was no turning back. Then I realized that now it's difficult for somebody to beat me, because then I got the confidence, and from there was no turning back. From there the confidence just built, and there were many times, in fact, my competitors till today, we officiate together, we meet one another, and they always say this, they say it publicly also. They say they were lucky to be a rider with me, and that at the same time they were the most unlucky rider to be a rider with me, because as long as they were with me, they could never come first.
So you were a firestorm on the lane.
So that's what they say, and there were times that they told me ki gold medal to abhi lenge, that don't beat us with a big distance, let it look a little bit close.
So-
but I never believed them. I never took a chance. So I always done my best. And
So-
they are all still around, and they still think of these moments, and we talk about it.
So when you start and they be like, where is he? Oh, he's there. So it's like you're always a firestorm when you're on the lane.
I
And
think they gave up before the event. I wouldn't do that, even though somebody was better than me. Of course, during my 10 years, I didn't really find somebody better, but they were as good as me, but I never gave up. But many of these guys gave up, and they settled down for second place rather than fighting for first place.
And did you find any player, I mean, when you were playing, when you were cycling and all, did you ever find the same aggression you had in the sport near some other player?
No,
So you are like,
I really didn't find that. I would love to see somebody. I was very different. I was, as I would love to see this in my trainees. I was so focused that 3 or 4 hours before an event, I would stop talking to people. I would not communicate.
why?
I was just preparing mentally. I was preparing myself. From the inside, I was just building up a kind of that fighting spirit in me. I would prefer not to talk to anyone. I just wanted to be alone and just focus on what I think. Focus is a very big thing. If you're about to have an event and you're thinking of some movie or you're thinking of something, that's not focus. You have to focus on what you're about to do. And I used to focus on that right from the start. Every pedal, how I'm going to take that pedal, if somebody comes in the front of me, which side I'm supposed to take, all these kind of a planning, and I used to do it, and I prefer not to talk to anyone. And half an hour before the race, I would not even answer anyone. If somebody spoke to me, I would just shake my head.
So that's how you prepare yourself.
I was totally mentally preparing myself for the event. As soon as the event was over, I was different. I would go and talk to everyone.
So the sunshine mode on again.
It was like switch on and switch off. And sometimes somebody spoke to me and I didn't answer. It seemed rude. But after the event, I would go back to that person and say, I'm sorry,
I was just
preparing.
there came a time where I didn't need to tell anyone. They understood, and people left me alone. You know, I had some very good friends. They would tell everyone, don't disturb him now, leave him. So they would stand besides me actually there. I would be sitting and they'll stand, and anybody comes to talk, they say, don't disturb him, let him be.
So you'll say that is your kind of meditation before
Yes.
you
There are
begin.
different ways. Each one have their own way. Sometimes you listen to music. Sometimes there are various other ways. This was my way of doing it, and I thought it was very successful. I didn't try any other way, so I don't know how it works any other way. But this way, definitely it worked because I was building up a kind of a focus, building up a kind of temperament where I am going to win.
So would you
no matter
recommend the
what.
same to your trainees?
Different things will work for different people. If this works for somebody, nothing like it. If somebody wants to listen to music, if that works, anything that works, the same yardstick won't work for everyone. What works for me may not work for you.
That is true.
So you have to use whichever one you think is working best for you. But the ultimate goal is to get your focus right. How you get that focus right depends on which kind of a method you use.
And also there are a lot of questions to ask and talk and know and learn as well. So let's meet in the part 2.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to talk to you and learn many things. I think I should make notes actually in order to follow all this. By the next part 2, I think I'll have a proper eating schedule and a sleeping schedule, and I'll tell my friends like, no, I'm sleeping early today. So I think thank you so much. Like I have learned many good things from you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sharon, it was great talking to you, and you've done a great job. So thank you so much.
Subscribe to our channel, click the bell icon and select all.